Good afternoon. You're welcome to today's political discussion. We are still discussing Nigerian politics. Now, the Middle Belt has come out to say that they are not going to be part of any joint security framework with Northern Nigeria, the 19 northern states. I repeat, the Middle Belt has come out to say that they are not going to be part of any northern security framework with Northern Nigeria. They are saying that terrorist sympathizers are among core northern governors. Now, if we talk about Middle Belts, look at the states we have in Middle Belt. We have Plateau, we have Nasarawa, we have Adamawa, we have Taraba, we have Niger State, we have Kwara State, we have Kogi State, we have Benue State, we have Abuja, we have Southern Kaduna, we have Southern Bauchi, we have Southern Kebbi, we have Southern Gobe, and Southern Yobe. All these states have come together. Groups have come together to reject the proposed Northern Governors meeting on security, insecurity in Northern Nigeria. Look at this. Now, Middle Belt Elders Forum reject joint Northern security framework with North, cites terrorist sympathizers among core Northern governors and groups. Another one, this is from the Middle Belt Guardian. Political activists advocate for Middle Belt Regional Police. Middle Belt wants to have their own security meeting. They don't want to be part of the core North. I mentioned these states, they are Middle Belt. There's North Central and there's a Middle Belt. Most people from the Middle Belt, they are Christians dominated. And these Christians don't want to have anything with the Fulani dominated core North or the Islamic jihadist fundamentalists in core North. In the core North, government officials have peace deals with bandits. Government officials pamper bandits. Government officials encourage bandits. Government officials fight for bandits. If even bandits are voted into elective position in the core North. Now, the Middle Belt is saying, this Arewa, you are bringing us together, Arewa, we don't want to be part of Arewa. These are the demands of Middle Belt. So the meeting they are having tomorrow, that is on Monday, the 1st of November, the Middle Belt is saying that our governors, our commissioners, please, we don't want to have any security detail, anything, discussion with this core North, because we know that they are sponsors, they are sympathizers. They cannot do without terrorism. Any meeting you have with them, it is just a kangaroo meeting. Nothing good is going to come out of it. Instead, let us have our own regional police, state police, our own security meeting. Because if you look at it critically, the Middle Belt has been at the receiving end from the political Islamic jihadists. The Middle Belt has been at the receiving end. The Fulani is trying to enforce itself. Yes, enslave the Middle Belt. You see the attacks going on, especially Benue State, Plateau. Currently in Kogi State, Kogi and Kwara is part of the Middle Belt. Just within 24 hours, killings upon killings in the Middle Belt. Pastor and wife, on Sunday, the 30th of November, pastor and wife were kidnapped in a church service in Yagba West, local government of Kogi State. Traditional ruler killed in Kwara, abducted in Kwara. That is the reality of the Middle Belt. The Middle Belt does not want to play the politics of the Arewa, but the Arewa want to force them. Now my question is, if, let's say the Middle Belt joins the 19 northern states to form a quorum on this, on talking about security in Northern Nigeria, would the issue of Sharia become the focal point? Because some people, they are telling us that Sharia solves a lot of problem. Nigeria needs Sharia. Sharia solves a lot of problem. Because I believe Sharia is something the Middle Belt would not want to. You see, all these core Northerners, all these people that you see, they are saying that the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. The Sharia is the solution. The question is, how has Sharia solved the problem of insecurity in Northern Nigeria? How has Sharia solved? Under Sharia, they created Hizbah police. Now, with the insecurity going on in northern Nigeria, how has Hizbah contributed to stopping insecurity? Just Ganduje wants to create a 12,000 militia. Ganduje wants to create a 12,000 militia. They are creating more problems because of their ideology. I've said it before that if you are having any alliance to do with a Fulani person, you will always be at the receiving end. Anywhere you see people share space, share territory or topography or geography with the Fulani, for instance, look at Kwara State. Look at how the people in Kwara cannot practice their religion peacefully without them being threatened because there's a presence of Fulani influence in their environment. So anywhere there's Fulani in the look at Nigeria today, the Fulani is terrorizing the whole country. They are like 7, or I don't know, is it 8% or 7 or 10%, 70 million or 18 million Fulanis. But yet they are terrorizing the whole country. They are conquering. They are playing politics. They are doing a lot of, they want to bring Nigeria to its knees. The same Fulani, because we share the same space, the environment with them. That is the problem. So with the politics that is going on, the Middle Belt is looking for a way to disassociate itself politically from the Connaught. Let the Connaught run their own thing themselves. You see, this thing about restructuring Nigeria, the Middle Belt don't mind that we restructure this country, they don't mind. But you see the Fulani, because of their long-term plan and agenda, they will do everything in their power to make sure that they stop Nigeria from being restructured. Maybe the kind of restructuring they expect is not what the Southerners are doing. When I say restructuring, we are looking at regionalism. We are looking at state control of resources. Every nation will control its security, have a control over its resources, have a control over its development and economy, and somehow share some to the center. That is the restructuring we are talking about. The Fulani would never want, he does not like consciousness of the people. Look at what they tried. You know, the Fulani, these guys, like I said, somebody said I should not say they will never stop. Look at what they went to Rivers State to do. Causing trouble everywhere. And I love what the Rivers did to them. 15 of them were killed, were brought down. Yes. So they will stop at nothing to achieve what they want to achieve. So having a joint meeting with these northern governors is just a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, waste of space, because at the end of the day, they have their own meetings differently. They know what they want. Every other thing is just camouflage, just like deceiving you. How did they conquer the Hausas? Maybe they had meetings, they had alliances. Let's be brother, let's do this, let's settle this matter. With the meetings, alliances, and settling matter, they are the ones taking up the positions. They are the ones determining the way forward. Even today in northern Nigeria, a Hausa will be defending the jihad, the Fulani Caliphate that has destroyed its own civilization, that has taken over its traditional stool, that has suppressed them. If a Hausa person will be defending the same Fulani that have been killing, have taken. Well, I don't know how the Middle Belt is going to run this. I don't know. Because I believe some governors may be pressured by the same northern governors with the sentiment of, we don't want Nigeria to work, let's come and have this meeting. I know some governors from Middle Belt will just go there lackadaisically. And I hope they tell them the truth, that some people in this northern forum, they are sponsoring bandits. They are having a field day with bandits. Just look at the one that happened just recently. A government official having his talking to bandits as if they are having a celebration, as if they are colleagues. Somebody that is a terrorist, that is killing your people, that is making life difficult for your people. You are having this conversation as if he's a brother. It tells you the mentality of these people. I have always said it and I will continue to say it. It tells you the mentality of. I love the way the Middle Belt, they have come up with this conversation. Tinubu's plan, like I said, the Middle Belt is going to distance itself politically from the Fulani-led northern Nigeria. And when it comes to politics, they will lose big time. Fulani will lose big time when it comes to politics under Tinubu. This is not mincing word. This is the reality that is on ground. If Middle Belt can be able to absolve itself, disconnect itself from anything Arewa, anything whatever. If they're able to do it successfully with their governors, most of our governors might not be. I mentioned Southern Kebbi, Southern Gombe, Southern Yobe, Southern Bauchi, Southern Kaduna. We understand all these areas, but not fully because of when we say Southern. Just look at Kaduna State, Southern Kaduna. Look at what the governors, the Erufai and Co. did when they were governors. Look at how the Fulani will want to. If the Fulani is in your space and you have to compete for something, they will do all they can to make sure that you don't get ahead of them. There's some places that we have a lot of Muslims. You don't see Muslim commissioners. In northern Nigeria, you don't see Muslim officials. It's because of this act of the Fulani. And they have people that defend them. I wish the Middle Belt can be able to separate itself, both religiously, both traditionally, both politically, from the menace of the Fulani. I hope the President Bola can also help them create. You see, the body language of the president says a lot. If it were Buhari, it would be difficult for these guys to take this stand. Because Buhari, we know where he supports. We know where his heart lies. We know who he represents. Even though they are lying and they are gaslighting Nigerians, we know who they really are. Yes. Until Tinubu came in, people started coming out to speak. Until Tinubu came in, people started coming out to challenge the Fulani and the powers that be. Under Buhari, Easterners, some part of South, they were the ones attacking Buhari, attacking Fulani. When Tinubu came in, even the Middle Belt, they came out and they were pointing hands at the Fulani. A particular community in the Middle Belt said that they don't want Fulani. They give Fulani quit notice out of their lands. Because, you see what the Fulani does? In states like Sokoto, it is them, when they, you see, who is an indigene of a state? It is determined by the powers, the governor, the traditional rulers. So what the Fulani does is that they take over your political power, the governors, because you go to the government for them to attest that you are an indigene of this state, or you go to your traditional ruler, take over their traditional institutions, take over their academic institutions. So if it is them that determines who is now an indigene officially in Nigeria. Yeah, so it is them that determines who becomes an indigene officially in Nigeria. So what they do is that they make sure that they now fix themselves into the system and they call themselves indigene. Because they have seized political power, they use it to authenticate themselves. They change names of villages after the secret missions of sending people out of their ancestral home. They occupy those land, they change the name, they change history. That's how they are doing systematically until they plant themselves in those lands. How is it that this insecurity does not affect the Fulani? It's affecting other people. This kidnapping does not affect the Fulani. If the Fulani are in an area and these people want to attack, somebody said that he notices that the Fulani population reasonably will disappear from that community. After the attack, they will come back. So it doesn't affect them because they know how they have committed themselves to this Uthman Danfodio ideology. I'm asking this question, okay? Let's look at, I did this some time ago. I was asking, now, the meeting of 19 northern governors, a reaction to the resolution of southern governors about state police as non-negotiable for peace. Now, the problem is, would there be a united northern Nigeria? Like I said, I wrote this thing like 7 days ago. I asked, would there be a united northern Nigeria? Hence, the Middle Belt is asking that they don't be part of Arewa. This one has been solved. There's not going to be united northern Nigeria. Northerners will be on their own. Will states put aside their differences and seek for a permanent solution to insecurity? No, the states will not put aside their differences to seek for a permanent solution to insecurity going on in northern Nigeria, because everybody has his own agenda. There are some people that are using the insecurity to stay in power. So because typical of a Fulani, he will pretend and pretend and pretend. But what he's doing is at the back. He will pretend with you, laugh with you. But when it comes to the action, they know how to implement their own mago life. So I don't think there's a permanent solution except they drop Sharia, Sharia, very important. Sharia is the one that breeds all this extremism left, right, center. If they can drop Sharia, then we can understand that these people are ready for it. It is not about, we heard that there's a report, intelligence report, US military drone is hovering over northern Nigeria, I think northern Nigeria and some other states, hovering Chad and northern Nigeria, getting critical information about the bandits in that area. They should have not revealed this information, but people just had to put it on social media. Now, looking at that, some people will disagree on intervention of, in the same northern Nigeria, some people will disagree on intervention of a foreign help. When we talk about security, some people will still believe that Sharia can bring security, Hizbah, we can create vigilante, this and that. Look at Kwara State. The Kwara State governor is using the Fulani as vigilante. The Fulani, they cause problem. The same Kwara State governor is using Fulani to protect the people. The same Fulani, they cause problem. Sometimes you ask yourself, say, do these people understand what they are doing, or is there any problem? You ask yourself the question, is there any, the government house in name Ahmadu Bello House? Ahmadu Bello House, now name the government house. The same, the University of Ilorin now, they want to change them to Alimi Sheikh Alimi University. Knowing the history of Kwara State, Ilorin, knowing that it was owned by the Yorubas, but however, the Fulani found themselves there after being invited by Afonja. Alimi at the back, according to the story, stabbed him. And the person that Alimi, the person that Afonja invited was the person that betrayed Afonja. Alimi betrayed Afonja. The traditional ruler, they know all these things, they know all this story, but yet they want to name University of Ilorin Alimi. It tells you a lot about these guys. So the Middle Belt, they are not out of place when they say they don't want to be part of anything that has to do with the Connaught, because they are the terrorist sympathizers, they are the sponsors of terrorism. If they say they don't have anything to do with them, they are right. I'm still asking the questions. Now, Northwest and Northeast have Hizbah, and they practice Sharia. Hizbah police, would that be a template for state police in this their resolution? Because they must have a resolution, like what the Southerners are doing. They have a security blueprint. This is what we are going to do. Will the Northern 19 governors with the United Northern Nigeria agree on a blueprint for security? Will those that are sponsoring insecurity, those that are benefiting from insecurity, from Sharia, from Hizbah, from Boko Haram and ISWAP and Fulani herdsmen, would they agree with other people in the same Northern Nigeria that they should ban all this and have a new security architecture? Would they agree? Because insecurity in Northern Nigeria cannot be solved by Tinubu, cannot be solved by the United States. It's the people that have decided that they want to use insecurity to terrorize the rest of Nigeria and Islamize the whole country. That is their aim. That is why you see it will be difficult for them. Is that you remove them, or if you restructure Nigeria? See, everything we are saying, it boils back to restructuring. If you restructure Nigeria, then we'll have a framework of people who mind your business, mind your security, man your security, and the problem will be solved by half. So the Middle Belt will not have any issues with they are importing, because of one Nigeria, they are importing somebody from the Fulani, because Fulani is in police, Fulani is in the army, navy, or whatever. They bring them, they bring their sentiment, they bring their civilization, they bring whatever they bring, whatever influence they have on other people. They pour their influence on other people. No, if they are in their own small place, they can be ruling themselves. Then if they trespass from their small place and enter on that person's space, that is when they are calling for war. But under the guise of Nigeria, anybody can live anywhere. You can go anywhere and stay and live anywhere. That is how they disguise. From that disguise, they find themselves in your father's land. And because they have a police officer, they have a connection in the police, they have a connection in the army, they have connection in the government. Those ones, they are playing their part of shielding them. Katsina State Governor, is this Katsina Zamfara State Governor? He said that a particular terrorist that was caught by the police, the terrorist told them that they will release me. At the end of the day, they released him. And who released him? Governor of Kebbi State said that the people, the security men that went to Kebbi State, they were told to come back. Then who gave the order? They're asking us, they're asking me, Christian, they're asking me who gave the order for those guys to stand down. Until tomorrow, the Tinubu government cannot tell us who gave the order. They cannot mention the name. They are afraid of these people. That tells you the kind of deep rot If you don't, I like what the Middle Belt is doing. They are securing their own space. If you allow these people their own, you see, somebody can want to destroy himself. Don't use one Nigeria and bring your destruction to where I am. I know they will be shocked at this Middle Belt, what they are doing, what they are saying. They will be shocked because a foundation has been created. Tinubu has eliminated some of them. See, Tinubu don't give them mind to start speaking their minds. In the future, the Middle Belt will be a political powerhouse in northern Nigeria. The Middle Belt, they are going to be a political powerhouse. Now they have started speaking. Voices are started coming out from Middle Belt. Started challenging the Fulani caliphate. The Fulani that wants to take over everywhere. I said it before that if not for the Middle Belt, these people don't spread their jihadism into southern Nigeria. The Middle Belt have they don't stand there. They don't take bullets. They don't take a lot of attacks from these Fulani Islamic jihadist fundamentalists. Now it is time for them to start reaping all these their struggles over the years, and it's a good one. Let's see how Northerners do. But I believe that my own sincere the suggestion, the solution to northern insecurity is when you restructure the country. That's the only solution. Anything other than that is just academic exercise. Anything other than that. You know, people don't want the truth. I don't tell you the truth. If you ask me next time, how do we stop insecurity? Restructure Nigeria. What kind of restructuring? Everybody gets responsible for your security, your economic, and your development. Have a kind of restructuring template. Is it regionalism, state control of resources, and eliminate any form, anything, any institution, any system that will breed extremism? That is the only way we can talk. We can sit down and talk about, okay, we can talk about it. But all this, Tinubu will come today. You go fight. 8 years go complete. You go, another person go come. They go do mago. That's how we remain. And this, until the Fulani gain full roots in southern Nigeria, they will now understand what we are talking about. May God help Nigerians.